there's a huge opportunity in Reels at the present moment, because Reels think of Facebook as an example. Facebook, all of your friends, your reach depends on how many friends you had, right? So that's when you post. If you have 1,000 friends, not 1,000 of them would see it, but a fraction of the 1,000 would see your post. Whether you're making the announcement that you just entered real estate, or you're making a promotional post, that's what the exposure was. Well, then they introduced Facebook business pages. So you could create a business page and get as many people to like it, and then they'll see your post. However, now with your Facebook business page has a suppressed reach, meaning if you have 1,000 people like your Facebook page, as an example, you'd be lucky to get 5 people to actually see your post. You would have to actually pay for the exposure. So after that was unveiled several years ago, Facebook groups became a thing. So then you either had to create a Facebook group, or you had to start participating in Facebook groups that have 1,000, 5,000, 500,000 people in them, and try to gain exposure that way. That's a little bit about Facebook, and you can really talk about Instagram in very much the same way, the amount of followers and all that other stuff. But Reels, that is a way for you to break through without having an audience. You don't need 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 people to follow you, or 5,000 friends to be friends with you on Facebook to have an impact. Reels is that breakthrough opportunity on Facebook and on Instagram. So Reels is the best way that I can explain it is it's vertical short form, meaning it's video. It's a video based. What would I say? It's video. I guess is a better way to say it. It's video, and it's vertical, meaning it's vertical up and down, as opposed to YouTube, which is more horizontal, so landscape. So when you're making Reels, the very important thing to do is and we'll make one very, very quickly just to give you a little bit of a sense of what it looks like. The important thing that I want you to get away with, that I want you to have today, is that the opportunity for Reels is here because there's such little competition. It's an opportunity to gain external exposure. And also it's going to last forever, meaning there's going to be times where one of your Reels, you're going to notice a month from now, 10 months from now, it gets picked up by the algorithm. And then just like that, you have 1,000, 10,000, 1,000,000 people watch your short form video months after you've created it. So it's a great way to really grow your brand beyond your immediate sphere. Does that make sense? So if you, let's see in the chat, how many of you are making Reels at the moment, whether it's Instagram or Facebook? Let's see where we're at, because y'all might be able to teach me a good amount of things on this as well. I know Lori is, she's crushing it with the Reels. Della, for sure. Della's become a Instagram Reels sensation for sure. Nothing yet, green as can be. All good, Jose. Karen, we got I am awesome. Chris Vega. Chris, if you're not following Chris on Instagram, she's a good follow. So make sure that you check her out. She's really good at the parody reels. So I don't know, in her second life, she can be an actor, or maybe you were an actor, Chris. I don't know. But Lyra, not yet. And then nope, Bridget Hill. All right. So next little exercise, feel free to drop your IGs in the chat so y'all can start following each other and networking that way as I get going in our little demo. All righty. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to create one very elementary reel right now. All right. Can you see my phone? You can? Awesome. All righty. So up here, kind of as I toggle through, you see rooms. Really, no one's using that too much, but rooms was introduced to combat the what's that app called? It hit fire last Clubhouse. Clubhouse. This was created to combat Clubhouse. It's not being adopted too much. Reels just got released to everybody. So you have access to create the same reels that you saw on Instagram. You're able to see them here. And then you have your stories. What we're talking about here is reels. Make sure that we're on that little section, because stories are 24 hours. They're still vertical form videos, except the videos that you put there, they don't last forever. They last 24 hours and then they're gone. Right. So what we're talking about is reels. So when you hit reels, you can create a reel from right there, or you can go up here where it says right below my profile pic, where it says what's on your mind. When you hit reels right there on the right below that, you start seeing me. Right. So some pro tips, if you will, even though I'm not a pro, I need to fully dispel that myth. Myth is, as you're going through your day, whether it's showing homes, whether it's opening lock boxes, whether it's negotiating, whether it's whatever, make it a habit of making small clips of what you're doing. So if you see right down there, you see a few clips that I shot right in preparation for our call today, just 3, 4, 5, 8, 10-second little video clips, because it's going to make your editing so much easier. So as you can see here, just I should have done the video coffee making one, but I didn't. So here you see that if I hide it right there, it goes away. But what I like to do first is I just like to get a good audio for myself.
I don't. Is this only on your business page?
No, this is on my personal.
And can you do it on your business, or is it just on personal?
You are able to do it on your business.
What do you recommend?
Personal, 100%. Every single one of you is a media company. Every single one of you needs to have a personal brand. So I would recommend you doing it on your personal for sure. And that's a very good question. On Facebook, you can do it on your business page, and you could also do it on your personal. Highly recommend that you do it on your personal. And then Instagram is going to work pretty close to the same. It's but not exactly. So the functionality, don't worry too much about the functionality. Just notice.
Okay, I'm lost. I'm so sorry. I tried to get on so I could follow you, but
Sure.
I'm supposed to see it on my personal page. Where do I see that? I'm on my page, and I'm so sorry.
Do you see your profile pic? And then
Yes.
right below that, do you see reel?
Jaime, I'm sorry to interrupt, but it won't be on your desktop or your laptop. It'll be on your phone.
Oh, that's what. Oh, okay. I wasn't doing it on my phone because I didn't want to close out on this. Okay,
Sorry,
I'll just remember that.
I didn't make
no,
that.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Okay, thank you for telling me.
Yeah. So what I'm sharing, what you're seeing on the screen right now is my phone.
And I can't find it either.
Who is
like
that?
I have live.
Oh,
there might be options.
You're on your app?
Yeah.
And you don't see it?
No.
Have you updated your app?
Group and live. I've just had live and photo.
Have you updated your app by chance? I can't hear you.
Yeah, it is updated.
You just updated it?
No, there's no updates for it.
Who else doesn't see it? Because it should have gone out to everybody at this point.
Can I make another comment? Jaime, I hate to keep Can I make a comment?
Of course.
Um, what you'll have to do is log out of Facebook completely. And you know how you automatically log in? Most of us, well, that's how I was able to get it, is I had to log out of Facebook and then log back in, and then I was able to get it. Whereas before it was not showing up automatically on my feed when I logged into Facebook, when I just tapped it, because you're automatically logged in. But if that makes sense.
Yeah, close it out. That's what I was gonna say, Bridget, is close it out on your iPhone or Android, however you do that, and then bring it back up, fire it
Yep.
back up.
Yep.
Lyra,
That's
you
what
want to
I had
try
to do.
that? Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to.
Alrighty, so we're going to keep going. And I also have a few video resources, one for Facebook and one for Instagram, that have really helped me out as I was going through. But the big thing here is to, as far as you're going through, and I'll just kind of scroll here, show different reels. Well, that was a bad idea. As you're going through the reels and something stands out to you, go ahead and save those reels. Right? So as you're going through, if there's an audio, and I'll show you kind of what I'm talking about. It's going to be loud, but just bear with me. I'm going to click on one of these, and I'm going to click on the bottom left-hand side where it kind of shows like a little audio wave going. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to save that audio. What that's going to allow me to do is come back later on when I have some time to create my stories. My reels. I can pull that audio again, and I don't have to find this reel, because it's almost impossible to find a reel. All right. So on the bottom left-hand side, I just clicked on the bottom left-hand side. Let's just say that audio was amazing. I would just hit save, and now it's saved. Right. So I can come back later if there's a trend, if you start hearing the same type of audio. This works the same on Instagram and on Facebook. If you start seeing, going through your reels and picking up the same type of audio, like someone's dubbing over the same type of audio, that's letting you know that the algorithm is favoring that audio. So it's trending, which is going to be a huge indicator for you to start using that audio as well, because it's being favored. So there we're taking the momentum that the audio has gained and are using it for yourself. So let me back up for a quick second. Don't feel like you have to start dancing. Don't feel like you have to start just going off the wall or just become an actor. That's not it. If that's how you see the Reels platform, including TikTok, then you're missing it. That's not what this is. This is instant exposure for your business. So Della, do you want to share a bit about your Instagram journey with Reels, if you're comfortable with that? Not trying to put you on the spot.
You mean just how I've been learning still?
Just yeah, everyone's learning, but as far as has the exposure surprised you, how many views you get?
I will be honest with you. I am still, yes, there are times when it surprises me. I'll look and I'm like, oh my gosh, that reel got 1,000 or 2,000 views or whatever. But then I'll do the exact same thing again, and it's only, I'm trying to pull it up right now. Like I had one that got 980, and it was like it was an educational, informational, me talking. And then I'll do it again, and it only has 85. So I'm just not sure why. Oh, thanks for pulling that up.
Yeah.
Thanks, honey.
No,
I was trying to find it.
No.
So look at how, stop there with that house. Welcome to H3 Ranch. It's got 5,471 views. Those seem to be the best. And so I'm doing 2 different kinds per you and Joseph. We do and I think Lori's doing the same thing. We're going through and doing the house tours. So that's where you see that welcome to M3 Ranch with the 5,471 views. And then we're also putting out educational. If you look at the bottom, I have that, are you a first time home buyer? And then next to it, want to buy a home, but not sure about your credit. So those are informational reels.
Yeah.
And those, then again, look at the one below there. Should I buy now in this crazy market? 2,800 views. I was sitting in my car waiting. My husband was putting gas in the car. I was like,
Exactly.
I'm gonna pop out of, like, God, I was probably on my, I don't know what, I was on my way to a party or something. I thought I'm going to put some content out there, and I had no idea it was going to get that many views. I don't have that many followers. I only have 139 followers. So
And that's
it's
the
getting
breakthrough. And that's
exactly.
Well, I'm
And
going to
that's what
show
keeps
yours
pushing
if
me.
that's okay, Del. I'm going to show this. Welcome to M3 Ranch, which that's where I'm going to buy my next house, by the way. But
Oh,
let's check
awesome. It's beautiful. But let me point out something to you. So, and something I've learned since then.
Sure.
That's a conundrum. So you can see in that picture, started out with a horizontal picture, which for IG really should be vertical, like you just talked about.
Correct.
In spite of that, it's still got that many views. So those are some things we're still trying to figure out. Like, I'm still trying to understand the difference between the horizontal and the vertical, but the rest of the video, I believe, is vertical. So yeah, go ahead and show that if you'd like.
Absolutely. And notice the captions. Welcome to M3 Ranch, Mansfield, Texas. You need captions. You need captions 100%. We'll go.
Highland home, by the way. And the music is going throughout. I just can't hear it right now.
Yeah, sorry. It's pulling through the
Yeah.
computer.
And that
So-
music, Jaime, I did what you did. I had found another reel that had that kind of funky jazz vibe that I liked. And so I had saved it and then used it for that.
So check out the thank you, Della, by the way. Didn't mean to put you on the spot there. But check out this other page that has only grown. And I know we started on Facebook, but they're interchangeable at this point. The functionality is going to be different. What we just need to get into the habit of is publishing as much as possible. And everything that we're looking at here is custom made. And what I mean by that is either we're making it on the platform itself, we're going and logging into Instagram, or we're logging into Facebook directly and creating based off of their tools. That's us creating specifically for the platform. You can also take the content that you've created on Facebook in like just a normal live or videos that you've created on YouTube. You can cut out clips of that and then put them here as promotion, almost like a little commercial. So that's an entire strategy in and of itself, where you don't have to create specifically for the platforms. You can just use the technology or the platform that Instagram and Facebook have given you and start to broadcast yourself to the masses just through small clips. But check this out. Notice the amount of likes at the bottom right hand. So this page, this is by by far the best page doing it right now
Mhm.
for my money, Nava Realty. But look at the amount of followers that they have. So
That's the question.
go ahead.
So when you're going through it, I don't know anything but just a little bit about Reels, but I see, or Delic might answer this too, that there's little pieces of type in there. So when you're doing the, how do you put that on it? Do you record and then you type later and then then you
Yeah.
submit it?
Yeah. No, great question. So here's how we would do it on the platform. I've switched over to Facebook because that's where I wanted to start. We're not going to have time to do Instagram. This is already running a little bit longer than I wanted to, but I think it's important enough. So notice the video clips down here. Pretend that they are houses, right? So this, oh, that's me already making one. Let's go to this one. I would start, well, first let me select that audio real quick. Go to some save that I've liked. Let's see.
Do for work. I'm an executive food concierge for a multi-million-dollar international.
Can y'all hear that audio? Okay, so let's just say I wanted to use this audio because I thought it was clever. All right, so I have the audio and you can see that at the top right-hand side. So what I'll do is let's just add a clip in here.
What do you do for work? I'm an executive food concierge for a multi-million-dollar international hors d'oeuvre service.
All right, so that's just a little clip that I put together. I can edit it.
Executive food concierge for a multi-million-dollar international hors d'oeuvre service.
Let's just say I only wanted the part where I reach over and I turn on the light. Let's just say that.
What do you do for work? I'm an executive food concierge for a multi-million. What do you do for work? I'm an executive food concierge for a multi-million-dollar international. What do you do for work?
So that's one clip, right? So
I'm an executive food concierge for a multi-million-dollar internet. What do you do for work?
If I want to add another video clip to it, and I'll get to your question, I promise, Bridget. If I go to edit and I add at the bottom right-hand side, you see kind of like the
deck,
camera roll.
the little deck.
Yes, the deck right there. So on the bottom left-hand side, let's just say I wanted to do the coffee version now.
Hors d'oeuvre service. Whoa, what's the name of your company? Dior Dechet. Hors d'oeuvre service.
Let's just say I don't want the entire clip. I just want the part where I pick up the coffee and it goes out of frame.
Hors d'oeuvre service. Whoa, what's the name of your company? What do you do for work? I'm an executive food concierge for a multi-million-dollar international hors d'oeuvre service. Whoa, what's the name of your company? What do you do for work? I'm an executive food concierge for a multi-million-dollar.
All right, so it's pieced together those two. Now, to add the text as the question suggested, we're gonna go to text. I'm just gonna put text. And I'll put reels. I can put that here. If I want to do some effects, I'll put that there. Now, if you are actually speaking in the if you're actually speaking in the video itself, you could just hit captions and it will transcribe the audio for you. So you don't have to upload a transcription. You just have to go to the transcribe and it'll do it for you. Does that make sense?
Is there, I guess, a way to kind of give it a rough shoot before publishing? I mean, I take it you can see everything. The first video you're gonna make and be like, man, this thing's terrible.
Is there? What was the question?
Hey, you're gonna have to get over that. Right.
I'm saying, is there? I guess the video. I'm sure, you know, when I make my first video, I'm like, man, this thing's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess once it's out there, right? Like,
Yeah,
well,
but no, But when he hits next, you're going to be able to go back and like add words to it, and you'll be able to see it. You'll be able to see before you
Okay.
post it, if that's what you're asking. Yes.
So yeah, and don't start off doing those are great suggestions. One, get over it. Two, you'll see the preview. But at the end of the day, don't start off with the very complicated ones.
Right.
You can just do a clip of you just speaking into the camera and saying, these are the 3 tips that you need to know before you buy in this market, X, Y, Z. And then just put audio over it and just use that one clip. Don't worry about the effects. Don't worry about anything else. The only thing I would suggest in that style of video, turning on the captions so they show up so people can actually see that, because we need to recognize is over 50% of what's being consumed in video format is actually being consumed with the sound off. So that's why it's so important that you put the captions on, and it does it for you, right? So I would just move this over here and let's just go to next. I've pieced together these little clips to make that style video that Della made, that I forgot who else I've seen do this. I know Chris is doing this. I know a few of you other agents on here are doing it right now. Just remember, start taking little clips and remember that the phone has to be vertical. But here's the final step. You can put the description. So we put description here. Make sure that it's open to the public so you can actually get that exposure. I don't have anything against enabling a remixing, which is basically somebody else is using your audio as well. Don't worry about that. Just leave it on. That's cool. Put the description, add a few hashtags, and then share the reel. It's that simple.